just a chit chat. You can ignore it. That's just how I do my conversations with people. They're not interviews. I don't interview anybody.
Just prepare to lose. Just prepare to lose.
All right. So thank you, called to service. So are you in real life a friend of Gypsy's?
Yes, sir, I am. Absolutely. Just
So
talked to her a few minutes ago.
You did? Okay. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Bree is too.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I gotta run to the bathroom. Hold on. Wait, I gotta mute this. I gotta mute this. Sorry. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll entertain people.
Wait, how do I mute this? How do I? Okay.
Well, I am the Ed McMahon to Johnny Carson once again. We weren't bashing him. It's insane to me. Like, whatever. Yawn. Oh, he's prepping. Okay. Been there, done that. Okay, hold on. Bree. Oh, come back, Bree. Let me see what you said. Telling me. Okay, I will, girl. All right. Everyone, what is this that we were talking shit about you, Perez? What is that about?
People said that you were.
Why would we do that?
That's what I was curious about. I wasn't.
What I said was that I think people on the hater side think that they're going to use you to try to go mainstream media. And I don't think that's who you are.
I mean,
I don't think that's talking shit.
I definitely think the mainstream media should be covering these videos, but they're not. I find that odd.
Why?
Because it's totally something that like TMZ would cover. So like, why aren't they?
On a 10-year-old case that's closed and over?
Yeah. To me, it was very newsworthy. Absolutely.
These are not new things, Perez. We've known about these videos. These videos have been talked about forever and a day. I don't know why people are acting like this is some big bombshell.
I mean, I had never seen them before, and it was pretty eye-opening, especially because, well, so I'm genuinely curious. So, like Bree, my assumption is that you fully believe that Gypsy was abused by her mother.
Absolutely. Yes,
and what do you say to the people who make the claim that, you know, she has this medical condition and she really wasn't abused by her mother?
Well, I say this, that you're invalidating abuse when you have no idea. There were two people in that house. One of them says, I endured trauma and abuse. So who are you to say that didn't happen? You don't know. You weren't there. What I do know is the girl that I'm friends with today is one of the kindest, sweetest, most loving and giving people I've ever known in my life. She's not who she was 10 years ago. None of us are. I hope not. I mean, God, I can't even tell you how bad I was 10 years ago. And to me, these people that are doing this now, where were you 10 years ago? I was there. I remember when this case first broke, okay? Where were you crying for justice for Dee back then?
Have you had a relationship with Gypsy since she was in prison?
No. I've known Gypsy for about a year or so, about a year and a half now. But I'm a criminal justice student. I'm working on my doctorate degree. So we study cases all the time. I was very aware of her case and what was going on. And it was an election year. That's insanity because that prosecutor got so much flack that he would have went hard for her if it were about the election. What he did was decide to humanize someone and say, this girl was put through trauma and abuse, and I think this is a fair sentence here. You know, she has to do some time for the crime, but this is fair.
there was no trial, so
Hmm.
like these videos have come out. Are there? Sorry, let me thank some people, and then
Okay, go ahead.
we'll do another, and I'll ask more questions. Hold on. Thank you so much to um, Tater Bug. Beth called to serve, Nicole on the treadmill, Sarah, Susie, Joe, Jade, Leia, Vanity in Darkness, Michelle Bolden, Mel the Mermaid, and everybody else. Let me quickly follow everybody that I said I would. I follow anybody that sends 1,000 or more. Taterbug, I just followed you. Beth, I just followed you. Sarah, I just followed you. And Susie Joe, I just followed you. Okay, so there was no trial, but I'm curious. I mean, maybe you don't know. We've seen these videos, which if there were a trial, these videos would have been part of evidence.
Hmm.
Did this DA have evidence that the mother, Dee Dee, abused Gypsy?
I don't know what actual evidence he had. That would be for you to ask Bree about. I can't tell you he had this, he had this, he had this. I can't answer that to you honestly. So that would be something to ask Bree. And actually, she said to ask you when you're finished talking to 1980 millennials if you'll speak to her.
I'll speak to her right after this.
Okay.
I have notes. I have questions from my live stream from earlier.
I want you to understand. I was thinking last night after we talked, I thought, you know what? Sometimes you don't have to say anything. Just let people show you who they are. You're going to see. You open the door and you walk through it and you're going to figure this out. And I don't really have to tell you anything about anybody. You'll figure it out. You're smart enough.
So you met Gypsy through social media that connected you two?
I actually met her through Bree, in a sense. I started listening to Bree's lives. I liked how thank you guys, how she spoke facts and backed it up with proof. She didn't just talk out of her ass. So I started hanging out, and then I went up on panel, and then I went up on panel again. And before you know it, this entire community, this group of women and a couple of men became my sisters. They're like my second family. And I met Gypsy. I've been I'm going back to Louisiana next week. I'm in the mountains of Tennessee. I've been down 4 or 5 times. We hang out. We have fun. We're friends, and I support her. And as a survivor of trauma and abuse, you recognize it in another. I see it in her.
Hello.
And I know that she's being honest with me. And that's all I need to know.
I'm also just trying to understand, like, after just 2 days, I think, and I could be mistaken, but it's my assumption or my observation that Gypsy has spokespeople, like friends like you and her friend Bree, do you guys regularly go on lives and get her side of things out there on her behalf? Or is this something that you're doing independently?
Independently. Gypsy doesn't tell me, hey, say this. Don't go on this live. Don't go on that live. No, there are things that she has told me privately that I know I will never say on a live. But what I do say, I'm comfortable knowing that I'm not betraying a confidence with her. People will even say that we get paid, okay? That we get paid to be her friend, to be her handlers, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I'm being paid.
And do you make content as well, or are you just doing the live and part of the live universe here?
I do make some content, but I'm not monetized. I don't make any money. Not
Okay.
interested. Yeah.
And you said you're studying criminal justice.
Hmm?
Because I'm sure people that are not people of opposing thoughts might have shared information with you. Can you acknowledge anything that maybe the other side got right?
Well, they go off of hate, lies, innuendos. People will say like if I post something, this, and that, I know they've heard that from a content creator, and I know for a fact it's not true, but they heard it. So once they heard it, they're running with it like it's gospel. What you need to understand about these videos is they're taking bits and pieces of these videos instead of the entire content. And I'll give you one for an example. The whole video where it's like she offers her daughter at 13, blah, blah. If you listen to that entire video, she also says, we're vampires and we're going to have to teach the children not to reveal that to people and not to say that in front of people. So do you also believe that vampires are real too?
No, I said that. Listen, I am a real person. I mean, I'm real. I keep it real. If you want, my video is still up on YT on the tube today, this morning, when I was discussing things. I said to the chat, I was like, a lot of this seems like role play to me. Like, really, like, out there role play, but it did seem like, I don't know how legit everything can be taken. Let me thank everybody. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Thank you to Skittles, Rachel, Farah, Nicole, Katie, Hello Starlight, Called to Serve, Ashes to Ashley, Jade, Faith, and everybody else. Let me quickly follow everybody that I said I would. Okay, Farah, I just followed you. Thank you for the support. I follow anybody that sends 1,000 or more. Pink Sands, I just followed you. Thank you for the support. Okay, do you want me to ask you more questions or should I go live with Bree?
Well, I just wanted to say this very quickly. These videos were meant to try to embarrass and humiliate Gypsy. Gypsy's already lived through this. She has a child now. She has a partner. She has a family. She has moved on with her life. She's not committed any more crimes. She did her time. So I think the effect that they intended.
Well, and I said that yesterday. Yesterday.
I was like, not working. She's one of the strongest people you'd ever know. And she holds her head up high and walks with grace. And I admire that in her because a lot of people would have folded and crumbled. I was reading the comments as you were thanking people. She's scared and they called her a P3DO and this and that. She's not scared. She's one of the people who has the least fear in this whole thing because she's not denied what she did. She went and testified on Nick Godejohn's behalf and was not made to. It wasn't part of her plea deal. She was not forced to because she felt like that was the right thing to do. And she was very honest about the things that happened. And people are so... You would think that these people actually know her, the things they say, and they've never spoken a word to her. And if they ever did, they'd probably fangirl all over her. People are two people that you were thanking, I was listening, are completely obsessed with me. And that is just the truth of it.
Okay.
I have that effect on people, Perez.
Is your friend, is Bree live? Is she live now?
I don't know. Can somebody find out if Bree's live? Just let me end with this. There came a point in this case where I was reading and I stopped and I thought, you know what? I don't care. I don't care about anything else. I know what I need to know. I have enough information on board to understand what's happened and I don't care. I don't care about these videos. I don't want to stare at my friend in her
as somebody who,
I think it's weird and sick. I don't care about these videos.
So as somebody who is, this is the thing that I go back to all the time. She had a choice. She could have just left. She was 22, 23, 24 when all this went down. Something around like, why didn't she just leave?
When you've been indoctrinated with something from the time you can remember being alive, and this is your normal, and you have people, did Gypsy have slumber parties? Did she go to people's houses and go to birthday parties and all that. She did not have the social system that a lot of us have.
However, I've watched enough videos. I don't know if she was homeschooled or went to school, but it's clear that she is not dumb.
Right.
She's somebody that's I would describe as capable. I don't know. Just the fact that she did as a 22, 23-year-old, she didn't just leave. If what she was alleging, like, that still is hard for me to comprehend.
I get that, but if you understand trauma and abuse, you understand it because I was in a domestic violence situation when I was very young, and I left him. This man put me through so much, and I was in complete fear that he was going to unalive me, to the point where I thought, I'm going to lure, because only one of us is coming out of this alive. And I told my sister, I know he's going to unalive me if I don't do it first. I was that terrified. And my sister said, don't you dare say that. You come to me, I will help you. See, I had someone that could help the system. So who was she? She ran away, 3 times? And every time was returned home? People knew she could walk. She went to Dan's house, walked out of that house in front of people. Nobody thought to help her. Nobody thought to say anything. She was alienated from her father, so she didn't feel like she could turn to him. Just tell me who she was going to go to. And
The police.
Sorry, I keep getting a phone call.
Oh.
So I understand that fear to where you think, I've got to do something here because my life it's fight or flight, and we all have it in us.
Okay.
And
well, hopefully,
that's the way I see it.
I do have some specific questions, so hopefully Bree will get on.
Girl with the facts. Bree
All
picks
right.
facts over emotion, and she'll give you the facts and she'll back it up with proof.
Well, it was nice to meet you, and we'll talk again, okay?
He's live, Perez. We'll talk again.
All right, have a good one.
All right.
All right, let's see if she's live. I don't even